This is Mariner Baseball on a sunny Sunday at Safeco Field here in Seattle. Glad you've joined us, everybody, as the Mariners wrap up a series with the Oakland Athletics. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew on hand. Blue sky above as Chris Young makes his Mariner starting debut here at Safeco Field. And first pitch to Coco Crisp is in for strike one. Chris Young, 34 years old, out of Dallas. And he back with a second strike to Chris. 61 degrees this Sunday afternoon. Wind out of the southwest at 6. Everything is new here to Chris Young. New team, new catcher. I was talking to Rick Waits, the pitching coach for the Mariners, and Rick had not seen Chris Young until his outing in Oakland last week, and the chainsaw working today. Tom Hallion's got home plate. Coco Crisp is called out on strikes.
Tom Hallion, the best strike three call in the business. That is great. Take a look at the rest of the lineup for the A's this afternoon. Jason will follow. Crispin Donaldson, Moss the power. He will hit cleanup today. Cespedes, Calespo, Reddick has struggled. He will hit 7th. Nick Punto, the veteran, 8th. And then Sogard will hit 9th.
Rick Waits, the pitching coach, said he had not seen Chris Young, seen him from afar. So he says, hey, you tell me what you like to do. As Jason sends one to center field, it's going to drop for a base hit.
We'll take a look at the defense for the Mariners. Willie Bloomquist getting the start in left field. Almonte in center. Romero getting the start in right. Seager at third. Miller Cano up the middle. Justin Smoke is the first baseman. And Mike Zunino had last night off, so he's back behind the plate this afternoon. Career for Young. 10th season for him. 10 games over 500. ERA 3.78 for Chris Young. 159 career starts. See a strikeout and walk total.
Princeton guys super prepared. All over the notes. Watched a lot of film as Donaldson swings through. Donaldson did some work last night in the first inning, a 2-run homer. Chris told Rick Waits, he said, waiter, you tell me what you see. He says, I don't want to be good, I want to be great.
Well, we've seen him over the years. He was with Texas for a while in San Diego. Had a chance to watch him there. He's interesting. At 6'10", he's not overpowering when you look at the velocity of his fastball, and he'll mix it up, mixing in his breaking ball and changeups and varying speeds. But he pitches up in the zone a lot with his fastball. We get a lot of fly ball outs, and you would think with his fastball between 86 and 88, 89 miles an hour that would be a problem, but he gets a lot of lazy fly balls. We've already seen a jam shot off the bat of Jaso on a soft fly ball into center field.
He gets that high strike like Iwakuma does.
I think it's more just the angle at 6'10".
Absolutely.
He's able to get away with it a little bit more. Speaking of fly balls.
There we go. Almonte with the glasses on. Two-handed catch. I asked Lloyd McClendon today. I said, bigger emphasis on two-hand catches now? He had the same reaction. He just laughed, but I was like, with a nod.
Yeah.
2 outs.
Again, it's so confusing for the runners. I think they'll have to make an adjustment to it.
Talking to a couple of writers there saying, hey, they had heard from some people in New York saying, hey, well, we'll adjust at the end of the season. No. Let's adjust on the fly and get it right. John Hickey, who longtime friend, talked about how a few years ago you were probably playing when they were putting an emphasis on a balk. Yes. Everybody was calling balk, and then they got rid of that in a month.
Yeah, for the year, I think it goes back to what you said. I think it was a couple of nights ago, Dave. And can you imagine some of these calls in the postseason and the effect that's going to have?
No, that's not going to be tolerated.
No.
Ty Waller down there, the first base coach. He and Donaldson. I talked to them. Said, hey, we're learning on the fly. So are the umpires. And Donaldson said the umpires are they're not real keen on all of this stuff. There's Ty, one-time Chicago Cub. Boy, that was what a fire drill that was yesterday. Moss killed it. Thought he'd hit it out. So he has his head on the play, and Donaldson, he gets the second. Passes second. Now he's got to retrace And he didn't, like last week when we saw him, he couldn't find an umpire giving him a sign. He didn't know that the third base umpire was out in the outfield. He said, but that's not in his view.
Right. I think that when you look at the play full speed, both Moss and Donaldson did what they have been taught to do and something they've done their entire lives. And they're both out there hustling, running hard, doing the game, playing the game the right way. And in the end, because of this new rule, they find this mistake of crossing the runner, and now there's an out on the play.
So now Ty said, hey, it said exactly that. He said, Donaldson, now I got to go halfway.
Yeah, which is again, it puts the base runner in a bad position to have to make decisions on the unknown, basically, and you can't do that. That's not the way you should play this game. I'm confident that it'll get resolved, and it'll be sooner than later. I would say that.
Well, today's April 14th. How's maybe in another week?
I think that's good.
13th, rather. I'm a day ahead.
I think that would be just fine.
1-2 pitch.
I think too, Dave. You have to understand what they were trying to do in the spirit of it, and it all starts at second base. And guys turning double plays, and we see the transfer all the time. That's where it all started. Why it had to go into the outfield, I don't know. But I think you'll see that move back to where they just leave it at second base, because that's a legitimate concern and call, and you're not putting the base runners in any position because they're sliding in there trying to break up a double play.
Line drive right field. Base hit for Moss. 2 on. Lloyd McClendon said he'll take that a step further. It goes back to Jim Joyce and a perfect game that should have been with Galarraga on a blown play at first.
Yeah, Lloyd was there.
Right, he was there as a hitting coach. And it is morphed that it's taken now since that time. It's taken a couple of steps.
Right.
Not necessarily in the right direction.
They'll fix it. I'm confident in that.
I'm with you on that.
But in the meantime, as a base runner, all you can do is pick up the umpire. And as a base runner, you're going to have to know which umpire it is that you're looking at. That's another thing to consider. And just go off of what they call.
About Cespedes last night, thrown out 7-6-3, leading off the 6th inning. Ackley had a ball in left center field. Cespedes about 3-4 steps from first base. Thought that Ackley caught it. He shut it down, turned back towards the dugout, dropped the ball. They get it back in, get the force out.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was him, but I will guarantee you that the majority of major league players would have done the same thing that he did.
Chris Young ahead 0-2.
A couple of high fastballs. That one at 87 miles an hour. Again, you're going to see it on the tracer today as we show it to you. A lot of fastballs at the top of the strike zone. Here's a good look at our EQC tracer, that last pitch.
Reached out, pulled it down to Miller, and he throws him out. So Chris Young gives up a couple of base hits, no harm done in his first Mariners start. Mariners coming to bat. Gorgeous spring day here at the ballpark at Safeco Field. Out at the fountain, lots to see as you walk around the ballpark and get settled in for a ball game as we take a look at the Mariner batting order against Scott Kazmir.
This afternoon's lineups brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, it'll be Abraham Almonte, then Brad Miller. How about Robinson Cano? 316 batting average in this series, 3 for 8 with a couple of RBIs. Good to see. The DH cleanup hitter today will be Corey Hart. Had last night off. Back in the lineup today. Then it's Smoke, Romero, Seager, Zunino, and Willie Bloomquist rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. See the career of Kazmir, what he has done. 8 games over 500 in his career. ERA at a 4.13. And the walks to strikeouts.
Kazmir, #1 pick of the Mets in 2002. 15th round, or 15th selection overall, I should say. And he has been in Tampa Bay, the Angels, for 3 years, and Cleveland last year. Abraham Almonte to lead off. Almonte trying to put into action what he was practicing yesterday before the game at about 2 o'clock. Getting down a bunt fair for a base hit. Change up there. 1-2.
I think it has an effect, even if he doesn't actually bunt it, just to show it. You'll bring the infielders in. They have to shorten up, take down some of their range, cut down their range.
Time granted.
I like it. You can see Kazmir. He's been on a run coming into this game. Again, 2-0 with an ERA 2.03, and he looks like he wants to work quickly. So Almonte stopping him.
In the dirt, Kazmir, 6 foot 185, out of Houston, Texas. Lives in Cypress, Texas now. 7 years of big league service. Two and two.
Still has a good fastball. He used to throw 95, 97 miles an hour. He'll touch 95 every now and then, but for the most part 93, 94 with his fastball.
On the string, there's a strikeout. 1 out. Kurt Young, your pitching coach, is raving about the late life he's got on his fastball.
It was a good changeup too to go with it. Take a look at the defense for the A's. Cespedes in left, Crisp out in center field, Josh Reddick the right fielder. Alberto Callejo has been the DH, but he will play third today. Nick Punto, the veteran, at short. Sogard and Moss on the right side of the infield, and John Jaso, the former Mariner, will do the catching.
Here's Brad Miller. Fouls off the first pitch. Brad and Corey Hart, your co-leaders. Mariner Ball Club with 3 home runs.
Interesting for Brad. Hitting .333 off of lefties, and 2 of the 3 home runs coming off of left-handers.
0-2. According to pitching coach Kurt Young, the left-handers got the good fastball, the slider away, with the right-handers fastball to the right-handers with the changeup. We've already seen that with Almonte. Two to Brad. Brad 1 for 4 last night. Got a first inning single. Mariners got a run on the board to cut into the 2-0 lead. Donaldson had homered at the top of the first. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He's gone. Kazmir started today 10 strikeouts and 13 1/3. Robinson Cano, that guy's favorite player, coming to bat. Cano, 316 hitter. Best numbers on the ball club. He's a 206 hitter against Kazmir with 3 homers and 7 runs batted in. Nice run against the A's there. Foul back.
Kazmir looks comfortable. Throwing a lot of strikes using his fastball. 11 pitches, 8 strikes out of the 11 pitches he has thrown. So look at the career numbers against Kazmir on the year. Cano here early on hitting .286 against lefties.
All 2 strikes. Ball and 2 strikes to Cano. Strikes down low, 2-2. Popped it up to shortstop. Punto. Left fielder coming on Cespedes. Backhand catch, fair territory. That'll do it for the Mariners. A lot was made about the acquisitions made in the bullpen, but Scott Kazmir proved to be a big one too in the starting rotation as the Mariners are turned away in the first. Nice play by Cespedes. About a group summer outing here at Safeco Field with tickets as low as $8. It's fun and an affordable way to spend time at the old ball game with your closest family, friends, co-workers, and more. So book your group event. Do it right now. Log on to mariners.com/group. Well, Chris Young got that first inning out of the way. It's like that first time out in the golf course, right? Get that first hole out of the way, now you can breathe. Let's move on.
Gave up a couple of hits. Get that out of the way, too. Pitch out of a jam early. That's good. I think he probably, as a veteran pitcher, has a pretty good idea that Scott Kazmir is on his game today. It's, again, you think about it, it's not just that the Mariners are in the West, but having to play so many games against the A's early, who, in my opinion, when you consider what we've seen from last year and moving on to this year, one of the best pitching staffs in the American League. Offensive side is going to be tough, but I'm sure that Chris has a pretty good idea that he's not going to have a lot of room today.
Smoke eats it up. Lloyd McClendon was asked about Smoke and made a couple of nice plays here in the series. Said, hey, he should be a Gold Glover, but he's got it. Once he picks those offensive numbers up, said he'll finally get that recognition that he deserves. We've seen it every day here.
Yeah, we have, and we can appreciate the job that he does at first base on the defensive side of things. He's one of the best in the business, but I know it doesn't make much sense, but when you start talking Gold Glove, you better put some offensive numbers up with it. It's just the way it works.
So Lloyd said it's really an offensive award. Offensive award. As we look at Josh Reddick. Hard to believe this guy hitting just 3 for 33.
Just a couple of years ago, he had 32 home runs. One of the biggest factors in the A's And their success offensively is the job that he did. But last year was a struggle for him, and he's off to a slow start this year.
He was a cleanup guy. He's batting in the 7-hole. He had the full beard 2 years ago with the 32 home runs, didn't he? I think he did.
I'm trying to remember. Was it then, or I thought he came up with that last year? Maybe the full beard.
He was still cover the outfield. Still got one of the best arms in right field. It has been a struggle. Slaps that one down the line. That is a foul ball.
As you watch the A's, when you have Cespedes in left field and Reddick in right, you're not going to advance too many bases because of the throwing arms that both of them have. Take a look at this ball as it slices foul down the left field line.
And their outfield, the arm you're going to run on is Coco Chris.
Yes.
I mean, he's going to run everything down. He just doesn't have a cannon of an arm.
And he'll charge the ball hard too because he's aware of that. But you can take an extra base.
Full count to Reddick with Nick Punto on deck. First walk in the ball game comes with one out. Chris Young, an all-Ivy performer in basketball at Princeton and as a baseball player. Really good passer. Punto, veteran utility man, switch hitter, looks at ball one. Nick 3 for 6 against Chris Young. Another breezy day here at Safeco Field. With Kuma, looking forward to getting him back in the starting rotation. Pitch up high for ball 2. Sending a message. Two and one. Mariners take off for Texas after today's ball game. Elias, Bevan, Felix, and Ramirez to pitch down there. How about Wednesday's game? Felix against Yu Darvish.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Nice. One. Punto into right field for a base hit. Romero gets it back. Third hit for the Athletics.
Solid line drive off the bat of Punto. As Dave mentioned, he's had some success against Young. 3 for 6 coming into the game, now 4 for 7. This is one of the things that we will see. Chris is going to have to pitch around some trouble again. He's not overpowering. I don't think he's going to have a lot of big strikeout numbers, so the teams will put the ball in play. It's just a matter of whether he can limit the damage.
Strike one, Eric Sogard, the second baseman, batting in a 9-hole. He went over 3 last night with a walk and a stolen base.
He's at first and second in the first inning, and Chris was able to get a ground ball to get out of the inning. Maybe he can make a pitch and have Sogard hit it to Cano for a double play.
Getting to know you process for Mr. Chris Young here with Mike Zunino catching. 0-1. Chris was scheduled to pitch last week in Oakland. That was the day the field was unplayable. His wife and a few relatives had come up from San Diego. That was a disappointment. He couldn't perform that day. Got in the next day in relief and did well for 2 innings. Strike on Sogard. 1-2.
Have we figured out what is that? We're going to call that a rain out day, or what are we going to call that exactly?
Field out. Bad management is what they call it. How about forfeiture? That would have been better. Right now, it looks like that game could be made up May 6th as a split doubleheader for last night. High fly ball backing up. Romero got a lot of carry to him on the track. Makes the catch. Reddick tags, goes to third. It looked like a routine ball, and then the current took it. 2 outs.
There's a little bit of a breeze blowing out to right, in from left, across the field, out towards right. This is a high fly ball, towering fly ball off the bat of Sogard. You see another high fastball. And you're right, Dave. I thought it was routine. I figured Romero was going to catch it right in his tracks, but you can see him right in the middle of the warning track.
Two outs, runners at the corners. Back to the top of the order, and Coco Crisp took a called third strike to start the ball game. Checking the outfield. Sun always a factor in a day like this. Willie Bloomquist at left with the glasses on. Same with Almonte in center. This is strike 2 to Coco Crisp. 1-2. Two pitch throw over to first. This is a move.
It's a quick move for a big man, wasn't it? Good feet.
Good athletic move. He's moving in the post. He was more of a high post guy, but he could, do some dancing down a low post. Stays at Princeton. Pete Carrill would be proud. Pete, the legendary Hall of Fame coach at Princeton. Here's the 0-2. Smothered there by Zunino. Runners hold. It's interesting talking to the coaches. Just everybody says the exact same thing. Chris is such. He's only been around for a short period of time, but such a perfectionist. Nice fella. Really good fella.
You were mentioning the game in Oakland. I felt bad for him. He had his family there and was excited to go, and all of a sudden he scratched.
For that reason.
For that reason, yeah.
One-two pitch, keeping Punto close. Ball at 2 strikes. Now evens at 2-2.
First couple of innings, he's having to throw a lot of pitches. He's at 40 pitches now, working here in the second.
Ground balls. Smoke stays with it. Flips to Young. He's there. Catches it on the bare hand, and that will do it. He's turned away there. They had a first and third 2-out threat. Nothing across. Mariners will have Hart, Smoke, and Romero when we return. Well, earlier we were talking about the fine defensive play by Justin Smoke. He stays with this play, and good news, Chris Young was not spectating. They had the pitchers fielding practice yesterday, and there it is paying off to end the inning. That's the airplane shadow across the ball right here, and the field right there. There's a couple of pitches go before that out. Here's Corey Hart to lead it off. Corey facing Scott Kazmir for the first time.
It's interesting watching that play. Chris Young covering first base and reaching out with the bare hand to catch the ball. His bare hand's probably about the size of most people's gloves at 6'10". That ball disappeared once he closed his hand around it. Big man. Good play by Smoke, too, to lead him.
And holding on is Jaso. Hart gone in 3 pitches. Third strikeout for Kazmir. Somewhere Jim Cott is pleased because Kazmir is working at a very brisk pace.
He's getting right after it. And again, he has a good fastball today. He's topped out at 96 miles an hour. This one 94, just above the belt.
He's working at a fast pace, and he's throwing a lot of strikes.
Bring up Smoke. He has had his problems against Kazmir. 1 for 10.
The good news is he's been better from the right side of the plate this year. 294 average hitting against left-handers this year.
One, two. Mariners won the first game. A beauty by Felix Hernandez. Got a little dicey in the end with the bullpen. Had a hiccup that night. And then yesterday, Sonny Gray was outstanding for the Athletics. He went 7 strong innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 9 Ks.
I think when you look at the pitching on both sides of the field, this matchup the entire year is going to go this way. They're going to play close games, probably low scoring games because of the pitching.
Neither team lighting it up early on here. Hitting wise, the Mariners at 236, 10th in the league. The A's at 234, 11th.
You have to hope. And once they get out of this series, things will be a little bit easier for the guys swinging the bats, because the A's, again, I think have one of the better pitching staffs they're going to see. That is starting rotation and the bullpen. So that's going to be tough on you offensively.
Mariners start today 3rd in the ERA. A's number 1. 2-2. Foul. 2-2.
Justin is battling him. Kazmir's had an easy go of it here at the early part of the game. This will be the 8th pitch coming up to Justin. He's fouled off some change-ups.
Off the fist down to Callaspo. 2 outs. Here's Stephen Romero. Another start here. And for Romero, his 5th start here in the young season. He's on all right.
Easy motion, and his fastball is jumping on the guys right out in front of home plate. A little bit of an afterburner to it, and then he comes back with a good changeup. Makes it difficult. It's one of the things we saw in the first game. Romero had to start against Tommy Milone, and Tommy Milone was throwing him a lot of changeups.
Kazmir 10 wins last year with Cleveland. Most wins he's had in the big leagues. He went 13-9 with Tampa Bay in 07. A maturing left-hander. How many times have you seen that? Gets 30 years old, figures a lot of things out, gets healthy again.
Rushed to the big leagues, had a power arm. You mentioned the clubs that he was with. Then he just disappeared, it seemed, for a couple of years. And he's made some adjustments, and the one that I can see right away, much better changeup for him.
We saw him in 11 with the Angels. 1 game. Then he was down at Salt Lake and pitching the minors in 12, and part of the early part of last year when he tried. And Romero's gone. So are the Mariners. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 6 that he's faced for Scott Kazmir in this scoreless ball game. Athletics as they wrap up this weekend series. It's now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag MarinersFan. Mariners fan photo for a chance to have it shown later on in the game. It's brought to you by AT&T. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the Athletics. As John J. Soto lead it off. Single to center his first time. High drive right field. That is going foul. Looks like the boys going up there looking for that high pitch.
If he's going to throw it, he can get away with it as long as it's on the outside corner, the inside corner. That last pitch was elevated, but it was in the middle of the plate.
2 balls, 1 strike. Chris Young's 2 best seasons in the big leagues. 2005 with Texas, he went 12-7. Followed that up in San Diego, 11-5. All-star team in 07, gave up the Ichiro inside the park home run.
The good news for him is A's have had runners in scoring position in the first 2 innings. Have been able to get a ground ball to get out of each of those innings. It's a good sign.
Two pitch again to Jaso. And he's aboard with a walk. Second walk issued today by Chris Young. Your kids can say hello to Cano when they sport the newcomer's name on their back Sunday, April 27th. All youngsters 14 and under are going to get a free Robinson Cano t-shirt as part of Boeing Salute the Kids Day. Take the kids out to the ball game when you pick up your tickets at Mariners.com. Here's Josh Donaldson, flied out to center his first time. It was fun talking to him today about the whole base running situation, the catch, no catch. This one drilled to left, down the line. Chris Young catches a break.
What did he have to say?
He said it was frustrating. And just wanted to know from the umpires. And I told him, I said, I can't believe that it happened to you twice against the Mariners in less than a week. That
is amazing. First of all, that we've seen 4 of them. We've seen 4 of them so far. We're only 10 games into it now, the 11th game here. We've already seen 4 of them. And he's involved in 2 of them.
Yep. Whole learning process, relearning. It's not easy. I mean, all your instincts.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. You've been doing it for so long, one way, the right way, the way you were taught.
Again, I'll say it, even last night when he crossed second base, he did everything he was supposed to do.
So that's what he took.
And when he assumed it was a catch, he had to bust it back because he was around second base. He retagged the base and went back to first, which you're taught to do. And at that point, he has his back to the play because he's running hard. Not much he can do about it. Hopefully they'll fix it.
And that was the thing he said. It was frustrating. It takes away your aggression.
Right.
Willie Bloomquist, glasses on, gets under, 2-hand catch. You're a flip sunglass guy, right?
Yeah.
As bright as that sun is out there in left field, I don't blame Willie. Just keep them bad boys on.
Yeah, for me, when I would play the outfield, because I had the flips, I would take them out there, but I would have been fine wearing the glasses the whole time. But on the infield, I had a harder time with my depth perception on the ground ball. And so I like the flip glasses better because I felt I could see the ground ball better. But once it goes in the air, you better have some shades on, especially here.
You could be the steadiest guy in the world, baby. If you lose it up there,
there's nothing you can do about it. You could even see Willie on that one. He turned, you know, his angle more towards the foul line just so he could get a better view of it, which is smart. That's a veteran play.
Bounces up there, and on the move is Jaso.
Well, we know that from his time here, right, Dave? He's one of the best at that. He anticipates the ball in the dirt, and he takes off right away, even though Zunino was able to block it and keep it out in front of him. Most runners would hold on this, but as soon as he sees it go towards the ground, Jaso takes off, and there is no play. Watch secondary lead in the ground. He's off and running.
He did a great job when he was here with the Mariners of that.
It'd be a wild pitch.
1-1 count. Power hitter Brandon Moss. He gets into one here, but Romero will put it away. Jaso tags, and the throw is cut off by Miller. 2 outs, runner at third. Big series in Texas. CenturyLink link to what's next. Elias and Lewis, Bevan and Ross, Felix and Darvish. Boy, put a star around that bat. Woo! Man, that's got a chance to be a good game. And Ramirez against Tanner Shepard.
I was thinking, looking at Felix and Darvish going on Wednesday. A lot of guys walking to the ballpark with a pulled hammy that day. Hamstring's a little tight.
Gotta get your mind in shape for that game. Boy, oh boy. First team to 1 wins. And it's the first of 6 trips, Mike, to Texas. As Mike shakes his head for you folks at home.
Yeah.
No doubling up with Houston and the Rangers.
I don't understand it.
Popped up. Zunino taking a look. Doesn't come back. That is absolutely nuts. I heard somebody last week in Oakland, we were talking about it. Says, get that couple who used to do the schedule on their backyard and a picnic table when they used to do the schedule by hand. Go back to them. Come on, what is this? 6 trips to Texas. Come on.
Well, what is it? This is our 8th year, right? I used to complain about. I've given up hope on it now. I would expect nothing less. How about that?
Cespedes wanted to. Guess what? I'm in the same boat with you. For
all intents we're making 6 trips to Texas. Of course. You have to feel worse for the guys. I mean, think about this next trip. They go into Texas, off to Miami. When the game is over, they fly all the way across country, and yes, they play the next day. Now, for you and I, we have to come up here and sit in a chair and talk about it. They're the ones running around the field trying to make plays. That's who it's really tough on.
It's only the longest flight you got in the continental U.S.
Yeah, exactly.
1-2. Short center field. Coming in is Almonte. And it's not like Mike Flowers is getting a frequent flyer mileage credit on that bad boy either. No score here at Safeco Field. Our T-Mobile game changer. T-Mobile unleashed from the rules of wireless restrictions. Kazmir on his game in the first 2 innings, Mike.
Yeah, he's had good stuff. A good fastball today. Again, topping out at 96, throwing a lot of strikes. And to the left-handers, it's been the hard slider. To the righties, it's been change-ups as far as his off-speed pitches. But he's in command. So the Mariners will have to make some adjustments. So far, he's perfect. 6 up, 6 down. Kyle Seager will lead off here, but hopefully they'll start getting on that first pitch fastball.
Flip side, Chris Young's given up 4 hits, stranded 5, walked 2, 1 strikeout. I think we're all in agreement that there's a lot of good road ahead for this guy. Kyle Seager off to a 133 start. That means somebody's going to start paying for it.
Well, I would agree with that. I'm not concerned about Kyle. Kyle will get it going, and the offense will be a lot better off when he does. Off to a slow start.
Seager, Zunino, and Bloomquist, 7, 8, 9 the order for the Mariners. Oh, 2. Gallo for 3 last night. Fly to left, a walk, pop to third, and a fly to center. 3-1 Oakland win last night behind Sonny Gray. Yeah, how about the electricity Friday night with Felix on the mound, his first home start. Felix, fabulous, 7+ innings, 4 hits, the 2 runs. He left with a couple of guys on the bullpen. I mean, he's going to get charged for him, but the bullpen wasn't sharp that night.
11 strikeouts for Felix and didn't walk anybody.
That's what we're talking about. 1-2.
And I think what you're going to see is you take a look at our EQC trace. So that last pitch, breaking ball up and in the middle of the plate, middle away from Kyle. You can see he's a little bit frustrated because he fouled it back. In a week from now, he'll start to cover that pitch up and hit a line drive on it. He's missing some mistakes here in the first week and a half that normally Kyle would hit hard somewhere, and there's a good changeup. He needs to make those adjustments.
And he's going to Texas where he swings the bat really well in that ballpark.
They showed those numbers last night. Take a look at the shadows at home plate. Kyle swings through the last pitch on our McDonald's Supermo.
He's pitching coach Kurt Young on the money there. Good fastball, slider away to left-handers. Fastball and changeup to the righties.
When you look at him, he's faced 8 batters, 7 first pitch strikes. Right there is even now he's starting to mix up a little with Zunino. He's been a lot of fastballs early. That's a breaking ball that he's able to get over. And there's a changeup. He has everything working right now, and it's not an accident. You look at his numbers coming into the game, 2-0 with an ERA of 2.03. So he's been throwing the ball well.
That was a devastating pitch. That's 6 strikeouts. First 8 men that he's faced. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. When you watch a performance like this, you're wondering, Cleveland Indians, what were you guys thinking about not re-signing this guy?
Yeah. Well, he has electric stuff. He's always had that. But it looks to me, and maybe it's Kurt Young, you get together, you get comfortable with somebody. But he is really mixing it up. And again, just working ahead. First pitch strikes, a lot of them. As Willie steps in. Willie came on as a pinch hitter last night. Was able to get a base hit. The Mariners needed a base runner. Willie came in and hit a line drive back up the middle. Give the Mariners a chance.
Off-speed pitch there, and Willie was able to get a piece.
You can tell early on, Dave, when you're watching starters, especially talented people like Kazmir, as he has a great arm, how comfortable they are. And when they're able to throw their breaking ball and change up their off-speed pitches for strikes and get some swings and misses, that's going to be tough. And we saw that last night. Sonny Gray on the mound has a good fastball, but his curveball was electric last night. That thing was biting, and if you're able to throw for a strike and then bounce it when you want to, it makes it for a long day for the hitters.
1-2 strikes. Put in play, shattered a bat, A lot of English on an underhand scoop by Sogard. So 9 up, 9 down by Scott Kazmir as he battles Chris Young with zeros on the board. Sports being brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Jack in the Box. Try the new Bacon Insider at Jack in the Box. It's got bacon mixed right into the patty at participating restaurants. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast as we look north and Lake Union towards Gasworks Park. Good stuff. Great day. No score. Some solid, very solid pitching here. Chris Young for the Mariners in his first Seattle start. And Scott Kazmir, 9 up, 9 down for Scott, the A's pitcher, the left-hander. Chris Young so far, no runs on the 3 hits. A couple of walks and a strikeout. So off the bat of Calespo, popped it up. There's Cano, puts it away. Make sure you get your seats to the best matchups and special events of this season. The Mariners 6-game flex pack. You pick the 6 games you want to see. Lock in your seats right now only at mariners.com/flex. Brings up Josh Reddick. First time up, he walked. Two and 0 count. Two balls, 1 strike to Reddick. Easily out to the worst start in his career. Shot up high there, 3-1. Playable for Brad Miller. Towards the line, makes the catch in fair territory. Good eats here at the ballpark. Cheese, little ketchup, throw some mustard on there too. What the heck? Let's go for it. The pickle, lettuce. Come on, let's not cheat ourselves here.
You're at the ballpark. Why not?
Something to wash it down. Say goodnight. Of course, you'll see your local treadmill tomorrow morning. What? Double-fisted action there. You're not taking any prisoners, is he? What is it? It's the one in Texas that's 26. The $26. That's Uncle Charlie's cheesesteaks.
Oh, that thing in Texas. Oof.
You got a stomachache just thinking about it.
Was it called the boomstick?
Yeah, the boomstick, and it was what, $26?
$26.
It was some ridiculous price.
Yeah, feed your whole family with that thing.
A couple of days ago, you may have seen in transactions that the Mariners sold Hector Noesi to the Rangers, and now Beltre goes on the DL, who got called up to the big club, Hector Noesi.
We'll see him in the series at some point. 4-game series, you can bet every pitcher from both sides will end up pitching in that series. Beltre's had some issues with a quad, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
0-2 strikes to Nick Punto. Swing and a miss. Zunino applies the tag, and that'll do it. 6 up, and the last 6 retired, and look at this. Get after it. It looks good. We'll look for the further review when we return. Boy, you got everything on that one. Beautiful. Afternoon. A's and the Mariners next up for the Mariners, deep in the heart of Texas. Arlington's the first stop, and then from there we go to Miami, and that's the site of the old Orange Bowl. Played many historic football games, and then that Mike talked about earlier. Look at that diagonal flight across our great lower 48. Couple movies, Mike?
I would say so, yes, for sure. Has to be 6 hours back.
Every bit.
Yep. Well, second time through the lineup for the Mariners. See if the guys can make some adjustments. Get to Kazmir. Let's get him in the stretch. See how he does out of the stretch, Dan.
9 up, 9 down. He struck out 6. Monte struck out on a 2-2 pitch. The only guys that not struck out, Cano, fly to left, and Smoke grounded to third. And actually one more. Willie Bloomquist grounded out to second. So 2-1 here to Almonte. Center field, Coco Crisp. Wow.
I think Almonte getting to that 2-0 count. I can't remember anybody else getting into a hitter's count. That's how good Kazmir has been. Working ahead of hitters.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the numbers here. 2-2 Almonte the first time up. And 2-2 to Smoke, 2-2 to Romero. Everybody else was behind. Brad Miller struck out on an 0-2 pitch. 2-0 again. Called strike to Brad. 2-1. That pitch has been really good today. 2-2. There
we go.
Back up the middle of base hit. Miller out of the box hard. Cespedes gets it back. First hit of the afternoon by the Mariners. First base runner.
Looks like a breaking ball, and Kazmir leaves this one up for Brad. Up and out over the plate. Good looking our McDonald's Supermo. Brad's head right there in the hitting area. Let the ball travel. It hits it hard back up the middle. A slicing line drive.
One out, one on, brings up Robinson Cano. Applied to left on a 2-2 pitch. It's strike one. Field, that'll get down for a base hit. So here come the Mariners. One out. They get back-to-back singles by Miller and Cano.
Take a look at Robinson Cano. One of the reasons why he's hit over 300 every year is his ability to hit the ball the other way. This is a breaking ball running away from him. He stays with it, just shoots it into left field. Mariners have their first runner in scoring position.
Mariners 0 for 10 in that category last night. Curry Hart struck out on 3 pitches. First time up. Down to third. Callaspo to Sogard, and that's all they'll get. Two outs. Hart aboard of the fielder's choice. Down to third, Miller.
See Robinson Cano going in hard to second base to break up the double play. Sogard just jumps out of the way.
Here's Smoke. He's had 44 plate appearances. It's taken 11 called first pitch strikes. And he takes another one. Strike one. Rounded out to third.
First pitch strikes out of the 13 batters he has faced.
Smoke behind 0-2. Runners at the corners. Sogard, second baseman, playing up the middle for Smoke. Ball misses down with 0-2. A's have threatened a couple of times. They've left 5 men on against Chris Young. First threat of the day by the Mariners. 1-2 to Smoke. Check swing, foul ball. See if Smoke can wake everybody up here. 1-2, 2 out, 2 on. Just a nasty pitch. Very effective work by Scott Kazmir. His 7th strikeout, as big as any of them. No score through 4.
Still scoreless here at Safeco Field. Angie Mentink with you at the Ford Sports Desk. Now, Bartolo Colon in his last start with the Mets didn't allow a run over 7 innings of work. Today's start, well, it did not go quite as well. Bottom of the first inning, Mike Trout homers. The next batter is Albert Pujols. He homers. Raul Ibanez up next. Yeah, he goes deep as well. That's back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the first inning, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. As Sogard drives Romero to the fence here at Safeco Field for the first out.
We talked about it at the start of the game, and the Mariners and the A's going at it this year. We thought they were going to be well-pitched games, low-scoring games, and we have another one here today. Chris Young, we've talked a lot about Scott Kazmir. Even though Chris has been in a little bit trouble and his pitch count is up on him, he's hanging right in there, posting a 0 on the run category, and that's what you want to see. But the A's with just 3 hits, and the Mariners now with 2. Well-pitched game all the way around.
Chris Young got out of a first and third situation in the first inning and in the second. He's not allowed a hit since then on the day. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. There's a guy that knows a lot about limiting offenses, Felix Hernandez. You see it was on the Mariners Instagram account, and I saw it when I was in the parking lot a couple of days ago, his birthday. His family put Post-it notes all over his car.
I was actually really fortunate, Dave, on that, because when the game was over, I was walking out of the ballpark, and it was great to see. Felix was down there with his family. He was still in full uniform, getting pictures taken. And when you say Post-it notes around his car, you could hardly even tell what color the car was because there were that many Post-it notes on there. It was really cool to see.
Long run for everybody. No play.
But I was walking through, I had a chance to wish him happy birthday, but I thought it was really neat.
If you go on the Mariners Instagram account, there's a picture of it. I added a couple of pictures in my collection too. I'd never seen that before. That was very cool. I saw Felix. Yeah, tell me, and I saw Felix. I think that was the day he didn't pitch. The day before he pitched, I said, he said, yeah, they really got me. To quote the Kinks. Coco Crisp calls time 1-2. That was very cute. What's he, an ancient 28 now?
Yeah, veteran.
Line drive, base hit by Coco Crisp. 1 out base runner. Coco 2 for 2 in base stealing. Not a lot going on offensively. Wouldn't be surprised to see him taking
I think both
off.
clubs, are going to have to try to do something to manufacture some runs. As you take a look at the McDonald's Supermo, it's a four-seam fastball. Coco out in front of it and lines it into right field.
Here's Jaso, single and a walk. Coco takes off. What a jump. Good throw by Zunino, but Coco had a running start. Stolen base number 3.
Well, just finished talking about it. That didn't take long. Goes on the first pitch. As he dives into second base. Well, that was close. Brad was able to get his foot out in front of him. Almost stopped his hand from getting to the base. See, Brad, I don't think that was anything intentional. He was just going that way to catch the throw, but made it a lot closer by doing it.
Strike one to Jaso. Count evens at 1-1.
He's so far 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position this afternoon. Chris has had a runner in scoring position in 4 of the 5 innings that he has pitched so far, but have been able to work his way out of it.
A's last night 1 for 9 runners in scoring position, so the two teams combined 1 for 19. Jaso to center field. Chris tags, and he'll get the third. 2 outs with a man at third. And that'll bring up Josh Donaldson. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, celebrating 12 years. So join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit Mariners.com for details. Donaldson a fly to center, fly to left. 0 for 2. Bouncing ball, Miller backhand. And nice footwork by Smoke as Chris Young survives another A's scoring threat. Hangs another 0 on the board. Good battle here at Safeco Field. Sunday afternoon, getting a flip. That's pretty good.
That's impressive.
And as we've learned over the years, when we go on the visit hospitals, etc., he's the most valuable player in the organization.
Well, most popular, that's for sure.
He is amazing. Mariners can get on the board here. Stephen Romero leads off, followed by Kyle Seager and Mike Zunino. What a day by Scott Kazmir. 2-hit shutout ball. He struck out 7, hasn't walked anybody. This one popped up. Infield who's taking charge. Sogard coming in. Oh, he did a nice job hanging with it.
Well, it's a good play by Sogard to stay with it, but I also like the fact that Romero was running hard the entire way. If this ball is dropped, he would have been standing at second base. Good look at our McDonald Supermo as he tries to get his low to the ground, and again trying to create an angle to see the ball. Good play.
There's Kyle Seager 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The 0-1 to Seager. Fouled back. The Mariners sent it off to Texas. Beltre strained left quad. Put on the DL, activated. Try that again. Retroactive to April 9, and eligible to come off the DL on April 25. 22,628 on hand here today. Seager sends one to center field. Coco Crisp using the glove. Shade that sun. 2 outs. Let's take a look at our Mariner calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. The aforementioned trip to Texas followed up by swing over to Miami. Did you see who was it? Giancarlo Stanton in Philly yesterday. 2 home runs. The second home run was a garden variety line drive, screaming line drive on the lower deck. The first one was similar to one he hit at his home ballpark at Marlins Park. Like upper tier left center field, almost hit that Budweiser side.
That's probably the one thing that I'm most excited about. I've never been to the ballpark, so I can't tell from watching where that home run landed, but it'll be great to see just how far that is on the home run that he hit to left center field. But I did not see either one of the ones that he hit yesterday.
The one in Miami was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. And I can't wait to see how far that actually is.
Guy's getting a cold one, and here's incoming.
Fortunately, he flew the concession stand out there. Those guys were okay.
What was that?
Ridiculous.
Speaking of which, how about the changeup?
Well, that's what he was throwing to Mike his first time up. I think it was a couple changeups in a row to get the strikeout. And another one.
He is dealing 8 strikeouts for Scott Kazmir. They weren't kidding when they said he was throwing well this year. today. No score. Time for a Seattle City Light. Young making his first Mariners start. Done a great job on the high wire act, getting out of trouble, Mike.
Yeah, he really has. He's been in some trouble. You take a look at the 5 innings he's pitched so far, and 4 of them the A's have had runners in scoring position, but he's been able to pitch his way around it. So far, 85 pitches through the 5 innings that he has pitched. Only 4 hits, a couple of walks, 2 strikeouts. But he's made some big pitches when he's needed to. Kazmir on top of his game for the A's, and now Chris is matching him. So a good first outing for him so far.
Mariner infield shifting into position for Brendan Moss, leading off the 6th.
You can see the shift. Cano out on the outfield grass and right. Brad Miller playing over there on the right side of second base.
Towering fly ball. Here comes Romero on the track, 1 out. Between innings, we always have a youngster steal second base. This is the best. He's decked out beautifully. Look at this one.
He's got a great looking uniform on today. He hustled all the way in from right center field. And they said steal second base, so he figured I'll throw a hook slide at him and get in there.
That's beautiful.
It was awesome. Yeah, he even had a nice applause from Robinson Cano, who was standing out at second base. He enjoyed it. Maybe our best one so far. That was pretty good.
No doubt about it. And you know what? He had some gas left in the tank running back out to right center field. We didn't think we had a low number on him making it. Real nice job.
What a thrill for that kid.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
I want 20 copies of that picture right there. That smile's perfect. That's beautiful. 3-0. Cespedes a ground out to short and a fly to center. 3-0. How about Cano's reaction?
That's right, some showtime.
Good pitch. 3-2. Chris has struck out 2, walked 2.
First outing of the year for Chris. He is now at 91 pitches, and it looks like Medina is getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
He walks Cespedes, and pitcher gets away. Yesterday, Lloyd McClendon, we were asking him about what he thought of Chris Young, how far could he go? And he said, well, very impressive. He said he's thrown better than I remember. And they said impressive, tactician, knows how to pitch. Figured 5 innings. Says I'll be ecstatic if he gets into the 6th.
He's into the 6th.
And that's where he is right now.
He would love for him to get through this inning, save the bullpen. Again, the Mariners going out on a 7-day road trip, 4 of them in Arlington, which the bullpen usually gets some work there. I think he would be fine if the guys could get some rest on. Good job by Beimel and Leon last night to save the pen. Ramirez only going 5 innings last night, and both Beimel and Leon pitched well.
Callaspo, the hitter, grounded out the first, popped the second. Beimel and Leon with 2 innings apiece last night. Beimel walked 1, and that was the only other number on his ledger. Leon gave up a hit, a walk, and recorded a strikeout. There you see it, Chris Young up to 95 pitches here. He's got a 1-1 count to Callaspo. Slicing drive, left center field. Almonte is all over. 2 outs. The wildly popular giveaway item of last season, it's back Friday, April 25th. Mariners Beard Hat Night, first 20,000 fans, thanks to Jack Links. Get your hands on this year's retro design featuring the classic Mariners Trident logo and a blonde beard. Get tickets to Mariners Beard Hat Night at mariners.com. Good to see. Look at the snow in the Olympics. Great sight here from the ballpark. Another fly ball center field. And off the bat of Reddick. Cue the ecstasy for Lloyd McClendon. Chris Young just gave him 6 very good innings here on this Sunday afternoon in Seattle. Casimir and the Mariners' Chris Young. Make sure you join us next Tuesday during the Mariners-Rangers game for Twitter Tuesday. You're going to have 4 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter throughout the game. Going to be posting questions, and we want to hear from you. So be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at @RootsSports_NW. Winner's going to be chosen at random. For giveaway rules, go to rootsports.com. And we want to thank everybody who's been jumping on this in the early going. Tremendous response, and we appreciate it. Bloomquist to lead it off against Casimir. Mariners with 2 hits. They both came in the 4th inning with 1 out. Miller and Cano single to left. They were left stranded. Casimir retired the first 10 men that he faced.
Maybe the Mariners can manufacture a run here. Good speed with Willie, Almonte, and Miller all due up. Oh, what a play.
Nicely done by Sogard to throw him out.
Well, he hit the ball hard, and it looked like Sogard ended up catching it right on his belt buckle. Line drive, skips off the dirt, and he smothers it with his body. Yep, good play, textbook.
3rd time around now. Here's Almonte, strikeout and a fly to center. Ball 1 to Abraham. One. 75 miles an hour. That's 75 miles an hour. Did I read the pitch wrong?
Nope, you read it right.
75.
Change up.
Man, oh man. Who else did we see? There was another one. Was it Felix earlier in the year? One of their early starts. Somebody's dropping change up in the high 70s.
It wasn't Felix. I don't think he throws a pitch in the 70s. His changeup is 90.
Who the heck was it? Somebody was dropping him in their 70s. Maybe it was Weaver. That's
there you go. Yeah, Weaver. Take a lot off of his curveball. Big slow curveball up there.
Boy,
his
he
changeup.
is really something. 9 Ks for Kazmir. Here's Angie Menton.
Guys, thanks so much. After the Mariners wrap up their series with the Oakland A's, they head to Texas for 4 games against the Rangers. And today, Rangers starter Martin Perez dominates the Houston Astros. Perez goes 8 innings, gives up just 5 hits and no runs. Rangers taking the finale from the Astros. 1-0 was the final there, guys, so not a whole lot of offense in that game either. Back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. The way this game's going, first team to 1's going to win this one as well.
And it looks like Chris Young is finished. Medina continues to throw in the bullpen, so I would assume he's going to come on and pitch the top of the 7th. Brad's hit a couple home runs off left. Maybe he can get into one right here and at least put Chris in position to get a win.
Really good work by Chris Young in his Mariners starting debut.
Giving up just 4 hits over 6 innings. Yeah, that's pretty good.
One. Back goes Reddick. Up against the fence. And Miller and the Mariners denied. You almost had your first big call of 2014, big boy. Almost wrote it out of here, but Reddick and the wind wreak havoc on what could have been a home run and a 1-0 Mariner lead. Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Fonk Insurance. Well, a sad day for pizza lovers as Picora's at 14th and Madison, Capitol Hill, is shutting its doors. Send over a couple before you do. Lock it down. Sending over some of that New York style. That's it. Hey, I need a slice. I need a slice and a cold one, okay? Beautiful. So, Richie Ashburn, I'd like to say hello to my friends Pepperoni and Regular.
Hopefully they'll stop by.
Late, great Richie Ashburn. He was prohibited from thanking sponsors and people who were bringing all the food up. That's what he would, in his later years, that's what he'd say. Hey, big hello to my friends, Pepperoni and Regular. Love that story.
What an outstanding afternoon for Chris Young. His first start of the year. 6 innings, just 4 hits, did not give up a run, 3 walks, couple of strikeouts, 97 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. So a good first outing for him. I'm sure Lloyd will be thrilled in his post-game comments about Chris and the job that he did today. So Medina will take over now. Mariners still looking to try to score a run.
For 6 inning outing like that for Chris Young since going back to 2011. That's great.
For Medina on the year, this will be his 6th appearance.
ERA 1.80. 6 strikeouts over 5 innings, 3 walks. Opponents hitting just 125 off of Yorvis.
Nick Punto leading off here for the Athletics in the 7th. High standards for Medina to live up to after what Chris Young just did here. Safeco Field, 2-0 here. Pitch. Man, not close. Getting late. Saw Coco Crisp steal a base.
I was going to say Medina. We saw him a couple of nights ago, and he struggled a little bit at the start when he first came out of the pen. Was able to work his way out of it. And now he comes in. The first 4 pitches are wide with a walk. And you're right. I think the A's will try to steal a base again. Sogard's a good hit and run guy for him too. He can put the ball in play.
Sogard today's twice fly to right. Showed bunt, takes the ball. Seager down at third, step onto the grass. There's strike 1-1. Inching out there, really had to dive back in. Great seat everywhere here at Safeco Field. Looks up there like everybody else. Like to see a double play right here. 1-1 pitch coming to Sogard. That's Fernando Abad warming up. Bouncing ball, Smoke. Nice play. Does he get the lead runner? Yes, he does. We're talking about his Gold Glove caliber play, and there's another example.
Fortunate, I thought this was going to bounce over his head. Smoke going out, gets it at the bottom or the top of his webbing. Only play he has is to get the lead runner.
Barely had time to get a grip on that ball.
Let's see how far into his glove he's able to get this. Yep, use all of it.
And 6'4" is not hurting him there, boy.
No. Good play.
One out with Sogard at first, top of the order, and Coco Crisp. Coco with a base hit to right field and a stolen base in the 5th inning. Worked his way to third, and Chris Young left in there. careful with Chris, too. He's got just enough pop to hurt you.
The thing that we've seen him do off Chris Young today is pull the ball, and there's a pretty good hole on the right side of the infield. Sogard has good speed at first, so he can go first to third on a base hit to right field.
Coco hit 22 bombs last year, career best. No count. Hammered foul. Made her day. Breaking ball missed. A's threatened with first and third in the first inning. First and third in the second. Runner at third in the fifth, and turned away each time. Base hit right field by Coco Crisp. Punto will hold at second. Coco's got base hits his last two times, up 2 for 4.
It felt like he was going to try to pull the ball, which he does. Fortunately, he hits it hard. That way Sogard is not able to go first to third.
Just one out.
The A's so far this afternoon 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Jaso 1 for 2, had a base hit in the first, a walk in the third, and then flew out to center field in the fifth.
He's knocking on the door again. First pitch. Ball 1 to Jaso. First week here, Oakland a half-game lead over the Mariners. First place in the American League West. 1-0. Dina make a little comeback here. He's behind 2-0. And Rick Wade's going out for a quick visit.
Now 13 pitches, only 4 strikes so far for Medina. He's faced 4 batters as he has to throw a first pitch strike as Charlie Furbush starts to get loose out in the pen. Donaldson waiting on deck. Moss after that, so Charlie probably getting ready for Moss, the left-handed hitter.
Chatting with Rick today about Chris Young. We got to talking about basketball, and he said, hey, I was a big point guard back in 68, 69, a 6'2" point guard. That was during the time he couldn't dunk. Last game of his high school career, dunked and got thrown out of the game.
It's pretty good, 6'2".
Yeah, I'll say. Went to school in the Atlanta area. Advantage Jaso right now. He's ahead 2-0. Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jaso. 1 for 2 with a walk today.
Medina has a good fastball this afternoon. He's the last one right on the outside corner at 95 miles an hour. Looked like he had good movement on it too. Running it away from Jaso.
Big pitch here, tune 1. And back with a strike. He's back even at 2-2.
Right back to the same spot, same velocity at 95.
Two with a couple of men aboard. Struck him out. Avis Medina with a big strikeout. 2 down here in the 7th.
After a couple of fastballs away to get ahead of him, he comes back with a slider. It's down out of the strike zone, and Jaso will swing over the top of it. A good look from our McDonald Supermo as he swings over the top of that slider.
Not out of the woods yet. Just Donaldson 0 for 3. A couple fly outs and a ground out. Breaking ball in there for strike. Charging is Miller. Got him. Well done by Medina. Wasn't as at his sharpest, but he gets the job done. Hangs a 0 on the board. As we go to the home 7th, we'll stay right here for God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you now to please rise and join us in honoring our great country with a singing of God Bless America. Please welcome John B. Cooper.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Brought to you by Washington's Lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? We've got a winning Saturday or Sunday here with this weather and a good crowd of 28,628. Steve Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Pitching's been outstanding this afternoon. And how about the job by Uravis Medina to get out of a jam? Walked the first man that he faced, got into a little hot water and was able to get out of it.
Mariner pitching today has done that a number of times. 5 out of the 7 innings they've had to pitch out of some trouble, but they've been able to do it. So we still have a 0-0 ball game And the good news for the Mariners, Scott Kazmir is finally finished. Fernando Abad, our throwing left-hander, will take over. Abad, this will be his 5th appearance on the year. Has not given up an earned run in 4 2/3. How about 7 strikeouts? He has walked a couple of batters. You have to give up a hit. Surprised to see Kazmir jump out of the game. As you can see, 6 innings, only 2 hits. Did not give up a run, didn't walk anybody, had 9 strikeouts over the 6 innings, threw 82 pitches, 61 of those for strikes. He was on quite a roll, but he's out of the game now.
I'm with you. I was surprised to see him taken out. I mean, he was smoking. Cano, Hart, and Smoke in the 7th. Robbie today, 1 for 2, fly to left, single to left. Off the fist, right to the shortstop, Punto. 1 out. Corey Hart. Corey's 0 for 2.
And that brings out Bob Melvin.
Right hand. So Abad, 28 years old, out of La Romana in the Dominican Republic. He retires Cano, and he's done for the day. And we'll be back. Safeco Field right after this.
We're still waiting for somebody to score. It's a fantastic day for baseball if you like pitching. Not so much if you like hitting. Hopefully the Mariners will push 1 or maybe 2 across here in the 7th inning. Meantime, we've been asking for your photos as you enjoy Mariners baseball today, and we have gotten several. Thank you so much for them. We've got our AT&T fan photos of the game. First up, we've got Bridget enjoying baseball in the sunshine. Hope you're wearing your sunblock, Bridget. Dylan gives us this shot of his glove after Hisashi Iwakuma threw him a ball. And finally, Jay and his family taking in a Sunday game at the ballpark. Tweet your photos to #MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming broadcast. Maybe now that Scott Kazmir's out of the game, guys, we can push a couple across.
We'll see, but don't forget, good bullpen here with the Oakland Athletics as Corey Hart lines one left field. Off the glove of Cespedes. Had it all the way and then dropped it. He's 7 all the way. Now to take advantage.
This ball is hit on a line out to left field. You can see Cespedes glove out. Right off the end of the glove. That will be an error on the left fielder.
But the thumb portion. He's got such a big glove. How do you miss it?
Maybe that's why he has a big glove day.
Jeez. Wow. Yeah, he's got one of clearly one of the bigger gloves we've seen. Smoke's taking a lot of first pitch strikes. Let's see what happens here. He offers and grounds one to second. Sogard to Punto, and beating it out is Smoke. That's one of the bigger gloves you'll see.
Corey Hart having to wait for the ball to go in front of him. Gives Sogard the opportunity to get the lead runner, but Smoke running hard, not able to double him up. And it looks like we might have a pinch hitter, and we will. It'll be Logan Morrison going to come out and pinch hit for Stephen Romero.
Logan Morrison take the place of Stephen Romero. Romero, right-hand hitter. He went 0 for 2 today.
See what he's done in his career as a pinch hitter. Pretty good. 278 average with a couple of home runs.
Went 1 for 3 in last night's ball game.
Kyle Seager waiting on deck.
Key number today, 0. Two and 0 here to Morrison. First baseman taking control. Moss makes the play, and the Mariners are done through 7. Scoreless ball game under the sun here in Seattle. As we begin the 8th inning, get on base with incredible savings and freedom of riding Sound Transit. To plan your next trip, visit soundtransit.org. New right fielder Logan Morrison, who came in pinch hit for Romero, takes his place in right field. And the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Mariners is left-hander Charlie Furbush.
And for Charlie on the year, his 5th appearance. 2 2/3 innings is what he's pitched so far. 3.38 ERA. Opponents hitting .333 off of Charlie. He has a couple of strikeouts. Lowry is going to lead off, so he's going to pinch hit for Moss.
Lowry, the everyday shortstop, a switch hitter. His career numbers pinch hitting. Lowry last night's game went 0 for 2 with 2 walks.
Nobody throwing in the Mariners pen, so it'll be up to Charlie pitching here in the 8th.
Lowry, Cespedes, and Calespo here in the 8th. Chris Young started for the Mariners. Did a heck of a job. 6 innings, 4 hits, scoreless ball, 3 hits, 2 walks. Stranded 6 runners. Charlotte, if I can find it, right now behind 3-0. Charlie's on the board. Lowry, pinch hitting, draws a walk to lead off the Athletics' 8th inning. Bring up Cespedes, giving us 0 for 2 with a walk today.
And we're going to have a pinch runner. Derek Barton, the pinch run. He would probably go in for defense anyway, so he's going to pinch run. Gentry and Norris left on the bench for Bob Melvin and the A's.
First pitch to Cespedes. Ball 1.
Rick Waits, the pitching coach, going to come out and have a conversation with Charlie, try to get him in the strike zone. So far 6 pitches, only 1 strike from Charlie.
See him as a strike throwing machine too.
Luke Gregerson throwing in the pen for the A's.
The outside corner for strike 1-1. Martin gets back. Cespedes dropped the ball, went right to him. He ran it down into the gap. Had it hit off the thumb of his glove for an error. Gave the Mariners some hope in the bottom of the 7th. Mariners could not cash it in. 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. put 2 on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good fastball, 93 miles an hour at the bottom of the strike zone, and Cespedes turns it loose, but Charlie able to throw it by him. He was late on that fastball.
The other thing to think about too is Lloyd McClendon having to nurse his way through the bullpen, especially with the road trip coming up. And last night we mentioned that Leon threw 44 pitches, one of his long inning guys, probably a 2 or 3 inning guy, so he's not available, I'm sure, as this ball's pulled foul. And Beimel threw 28 pitches, so you know the need again for Mariner starters, and Chris Young did a great job today going 6th inning, but you're aware of the trip that you have, especially going into Arlington where things can get nuts. Trying to work your way through your bullpen and not burn these guys up. Tough job here. It typically is through the first month of the season.
Martin the runner at first in a 2-2 count to Cespedes. Breaking ball hit a long way. Deep left field. Goodbye. 2-0 Athletics. Cespedes' second home run. RBIs 8 and 9. 2-2 pitch. Cespedes.
His second home run of the season. RBIs 8 and 9 for Cespedes. It was on a breaking ball. Looked like a breaking ball in the middle of the plate. Charlie's slider.
All right, Columbia Bank difference in the ball game. High heat beats Callaspo there, 0-1. Right over the bullpen. A's teammates like that. Got some A's fans right behind them. Roofing there. 0-2 pitch here. And he blows away Callaspo for out number 1. Mariners going to have to get some work done against this tough bullpen of the Athletics as Lucas Litke starts to heat up.
Gregerson getting loose in the pen for the Athletics. He came on and got the save last night.
Swing and a miss by Reddick. 2/3 of an inning for Gregerson last night. Gave up 2 hits and recorded a strikeout. Sharply hit, base hit. Charlie a walk, a 2-run homer, strikeout, and a base hit.
Not a bad pitch. It's a good fastball on the outside corner, but Reddick going with the pitch, slaps it through the hole. Mike Zunino heading out to the mound to have a conversation with Charlie. Probably also trying to buy some time for Lucas Litke to get loose in the pen.
Litke pitched on Friday. Faced 1 man and walked him in the 8th inning. It's Nick Punto. 1 for 2 with a walk. Infield double play depth. 1-0. Strike 1. Big breaking ball. Hit deep to left. Going back. Willie Bloomquist for the catch. 2 outs. New this season, members of the U.S. military will receive 10% off select main, terrace, and view level seats to any Mariners home game. A small way that the Mariners and EQC can say thanks to our local heroes. To receive your discounted ticket, simply show a valid military ID at any Mariners team store or Safeco Field box office. 2 outs, 2 runs in. Man at first, Eric Sogard. Ball 1. 6 men to the plate here in the 8th inning. Strike 1-1.
Greg Gentry out on deck to hit for Coco Crisp. There's the former Texas Ranger.
Gentry pinch hit for Coco in the 9th and flied out to end the ball game.
Coco having some thumb issues, and he's a switch hitter. I'm thinking it probably bothers him more swinging from the right side, and that's why Gentry's out to hit for him.
Runner goes, swung on, popped up. Cano eases over and makes the play. 2-run homer, big blow there by Yoenis Cespedes. A's lead it 2-0 as we go to the home 8th.
Welcome back. Charlie Furbush tries to snap off a slider to Yoenis Cespedes, and I think he would probably like to have that one back for a little do-over because Cespedes deposits this pitch into left field. Hi, everyone. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. Meantime, on the road this week, the Mariners are going to have their first interleague play games, and we take a look at what the Marlins are up to, who we will see at the end of this week. Miami happy to be headed home after being swept by the Phillies. Game tied at 3 in the bottom of the 8th. That's when Chase Utley takes a Mike Dunn pitch over the wall. 4-3 the final. The Marlins are losers of 7 straight. So maybe the Mariners getting them at the right time. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, the up and down nature of the first month Major League Baseball season. Mariners got work to do here, down 2-0. Kyle Seager's going to lead it off here in the home eighth against Luke Gregerson.
Again, Gregerson with the save last night, coming on the pitch here. ERA 1.59, 5 2/3 innings, has 5 strikeouts, walked 1 batter. Has not given up a home run this year. Good sinker from Gregerson. Opponent's hitting just 190 off of him. His 7th appearance of the season.
4th pitcher used today by Bob Melvin. Strike 1 is Seager, who struck out and fly to center. One to Kyle. 2 hits for the Mariners. Came back in the 4th inning, 1 out. Almonte leading off, flied out to center. That was he was the 10th man retired to open up the ballgame by Scott Kasdan. Seager swings through. And Miller singled to left. Cano singled to left, and that was it. Kazmir and the bullpen, they've not walked anybody, so those are the only 2 base runners the Mariners have had.
Corey Hart in the 7th inning reached on an error by Cespedes.
That's right. Forget about that one. 3 total of 3 base runners.
Yeah.
2-2 here. Three base runners. 2-2. Pulled foul. Whooping a blast, ties it up. See if Seager can get it going here. Self-defense. Gregerson makes the play. 1 out.
Pitch away from Kyle. Tries to hit it back up the middle. 1 hopper back at Gregerson. He makes the play.
There's Zunino. A couple of strikeouts at the hands of Scott Kazmir.
I'm sure he's happy to not have to deal with Kazmir's changeup. Kazmir's throwing a lot of changeups to Mike.
Right behind 0-2, fouls that one back.
Zunino came into the game hitting .281 with a couple of home runs, 6 RBIs on the year.
Angels pouring it on the Mets, 14-2, top of the 9th. Center field for Gentry. Just came in center field for Coco Crisp. Fought it all the way and wins the battle. 2 outs. Cespedes going way over to back up Gentry. Does a real nice job here as you watch the shadow of him holding up the glove.
That's his throwing hand he's holding up.
That is, yeah, you're right. See, some guys, it depends on the angle sometimes, and when you're out there with the glove, whether it be the glove or the hand.
I would rather use the glove. Obviously it's a bigger area, but as you mentioned, the angle, because it was out to his left and he was trying to get turned around with the sun, the only thing he could do was put up his throwing hand at that point. But if you can use your glove, you certainly would rather do that.
And this is playable. Derek Barton, foul territory, and Luke Gregerson throws a 1-2-3/8. 2-0 Athletics. Lucas Litke will take over. Was the big blow, a 2-run homer by Yoenis Cespedes in the 8th, a 2-run shot for this lead for Oakland in the rubber match. Good day to enjoy baseball here at Safeco Field. A lot of fans still bathed in sunlight. Lucas Litke takes over on the mound for Seattle. He'll be the 4th pitcher this afternoon.
See what Lucas did last year, a 4.86 ERA over 35 appearances. Now he's looking to have a quick inning, get his guys back to the plate. It looks like Sean Doolittle, left-hander, getting loose in the pen.
Greg Gentry, his first plate appearance. All at 2 strikes. Top of the order, Gentry, Jaso, and Donaldson. That's well stroked, left field. Willie Bloomquist, diving play. Well done.
Great play. One of the reasons why they went out and got Willie Bloomquist. He can play all over the place, and he had to cover some ground. The ball hooking away from him. Full extension dive and a good play. Kyle Seager likes as you take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the extension of Willie as he makes that catch.
One out brings up John Jaso. Jaso with a base hit to center field back in the 1st inning. A walk, a fly to center, and a strikeout.
There's Sean Doolittle. Closing by committee. Bob Melvin.
Pretty good committee.
Yep.
Jim Johnson trying to work his way back into closer status. Rough beginning for him as an Oakland Athletic. And Jaso swings and misses, 2 outs. Catch a new episode of Mariners All Access every Sunday throughout the season. Get exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and Mariners stories you can't find anywhere else. Now, if you do miss today's episode, make sure you tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. For 4 day for Josh Donaldson. Rounded out the shortest last 2 times up. Also flied out twice. Fly ball right field and deep. Going back and gone. Josh Donaldson's second home run of the series. Third of the young season. He's lead at 3-0.
Elevated fastball from Lucas. 86 miles an hour up and out over the plate. A little bit of a breeze blowing out to right, but this ball is covered by Donaldson. His third home run of the year.
A couple of home runs by the A's today gives them 12 on the season. Ties the Mariners with that total. 3-0 Oakland lead, 2 outs, top 9.
Looking forward to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be the top of the order. Almonte, Miller, and Cano due up.
Ground ball to Miller. And he throws out Derek Barton. That'll do it. Last licks here for the Mariners, who trail 3-0.
Oakland A's, both these teams with an opportunity to win the series today. The A's out in front right now, 3-0. Hi, everyone. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. Coming up on our post-game show, we're going to revisit the day that Chris Young had in his Mariners starting debut. He told us before the game, he said, listen, if I get scratched somehow, some way, I'm never going to invite my wife to a game again. This, of course, after coming after the mud out down in Oakland. He did make the start and pitch very well. We're going to head into the skipper's office, Lloyd McClendon, and we'll see how Bill Kruger did on his local Ford keys to the game. We also got a couple of Ultimate fans to introduce you to. But right now we get you back upstairs. And guys, this is going to be the closer for Bob Melvin today. Who drew the short straw?
Well, it's Sean Doolittle, Angie, and he is a good one. We've seen him, hard-throwing left-hander with the ever-expanding, ever-growing beard.
7th appearance of the year for Doolittle, a 1.35 ERA. He has pitched well in the early going. 6 strikeouts over 6 2/3. Good fastball, low to mid 90s with his fastball and a slider.
And he's got good control. He hasn't walked anybody.
And the Mariners need some base runners.
That they do. Rally caps. Got them on and working here. Top of the order for the Mariners: Almonte, Miller, and Cano. A's fans here. Strike one from Doolittle. Doolittle, the 5th pitcher used today by Bob Melvin. Bouncing ball. Shortstop Punto. Nice stretch by Barton.
Well, that's the reason why the A's signed Punto, mostly for his glove, and he gets rid of it quickly. I thought Almonte would have a chance to beat this out. As you take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the swing by Almonte as he hits this ball down into the dirt. Once it gets past the third baseman, Cayespo, I thought he'd be able to beat it out, but Punto gets rid of it quickly and has a little something on it. Throws him out by a couple of steps. How about the stretch by Barton down at first? Wow.
That is impressive. Here's Brad Miller.
Brad just missed a home run his last time up. He's 1 for 3 today. Hit a fly ball out to right field that Reddick caught up against the fence.
Speed pitch dropped in there by Doolittle. He is a hard thrower. It's an inning and a third last night with a strikeout. Right, 2. Cespedes got him on the board. 2-run homer in the 8th. And then Donaldson added another one for good measure. 3-0 lead. The Mariners have been held to 2 hits. Miller and Cano in the 4th inning. That's it.
Good fastball from Doolittle, 95 miles an hour in on the hands of Brad, able to fight it off.
Him out. Baird back and fired it by him. 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th.
Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This time he elevates it a little bit, and Brad not able to catch up to it. As you take a look at the swing in our McDonald's Supermo, fighting to try to get the barrel there, but swings under a high fastball.
Mariners down to their last out. That brings up Robinson Cano. Cano 1 for 3. Lined out hard to shortstop. 7th, singled to left in the 4th and flied out to left his first time up. He's behind now, 0-2. Mariners down to their last strike, trailing 3-0 here to the Athletics. Fouled off again. 2 outs, nobody on. No, line drive, left field. Third hit of the day for the Mariners, second by Cano.
Doolittle, nothing but fastballs to Cano, and he finally catches up to one, 95 miles an hour. A couple of base hits for Cano into left field as you take a look at our McDonald's Supermo, and the swing by Robinson Cano, 95 miles an hour. Hits it right on the barrel.
Corey Hart with 2 out, 1 on.
Or he had a line drive into left field his last time up. Cespedes missed it for an error, but he hit it hard.
Strike 1 to Corey. 0 for 3. In addition to that, reaching on an E7, which on fielder's choice and struck out. Big swing and miss. The Mariners down to their final strike. Oh, 2 to Hart. Up high. Ball and 2 strikes to Corey Hart. Check swing, fouled it away. Into the bitter end. 1 and 2. There's still with a life here. Pitch from Doolittle. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nobody throwing in the A's pen. Justin Smoke waiting on deck.
Two and 2. 2 outs. Cano at first. Pitch. Struck him out, and that's it. Second weekend in a row, the A's take 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. And the final today, 3-0. Cano had 2 hits. A lot of good pitching today, but the advantage went to the Athletics.
Well, that's the way this series has gone. In fact, both series, close series. Unfortunately, the A's come out on top on both of them. You have the rubber match today. The Mariners not able to score any runs. Well pitched game by Kazmir in the bullpen of the A's. Chris Young, a good first outing for him. 6 innings, did not give up a run for Chris Young today. So the Mariners, who played well on their first road trip of the year, looking to do the same as they go to Texas for 4 and then on to Miami.
Oakland improves to 8 and 4. Mariners drop to 6 and 5. Road trip beckons. Right now we send you out to Brad and Bill for Mariner postgame.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. So the A's shut out the Mariners here on a Sunday afternoon, 3-0. I think what we're